Okay, the recording has started. Let's talk about the first thing. The first thing is we're going to write a check. You're going to have some condition here. I'm just going to give you whatever. In this case, it is for the American Water Company. They want $453.23, and you got to date it for May 15th. So luckily, this fake check over here, pretty easy. Here's the date.
5/15.
Good. You put the actual numbers. So 5/15. What year is it? You also have to clear the year. It doesn't matter if it's a dash or a three. But you have to make sure you put the year also. You can't take it without a year. Who are you paying?
American Water Company.
Good. So you're going to put American Water Company right here.
The
American Water Company.
The amount, then you put 453,
This doesn't matter.
and then you write it out in words on the bottom. $453.23.
Oh,
Excellent.
You know how to write checks?
And then you scribble
Perfect. Good. In here, you're going to put the numbers.
You're financially smart.
453 and 23.
I'm just glad to hear it.
Okay.
Don't you do over
23 over 100. You can make up a fake.
Wait, why?
You can make up a fake signature. But you do need to sign it. Like a real check, you would have to sign it.
Why?
What's up?
What's up,
Yeah,
buddy?
yeah.
Let me show
I
you.
didn't- what about
Go, what
four?
up?
What's up?
Sit down, Snicker.
Which one?
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
I'll tell you. So here you're going to put,
23 over 100.
these are the cents. The cents you put it as a fraction. So it's clear to the bank. These are cents and not like 23 extra dollars. They don't want you to think it's 45,323.
I swear to God, if they confuse it, I would literally sue them.
Wait, when you're writing it out, do you write like
Four.
$453?
No and. There's no and. Four.
No.
$153.
Huh? Well, my brain broke. How do you spell 100?
Oh my
No,
God,
no,
Tito,
no.
what is this?
HUNDR.
100, yeah. Well, I was thinking, what the hell?
Whoa, what is going
100.
on with your English?
400.
I thought it was mathy.
50.
F-I-F-T-Y.
What?
Oh my God.
Are you sick?
FT. Oh. TY.
What?
53.
I understand. I understand.
You know what? I just ate some sushi and I think it was a day old. It's
Oh,
messing my
yeah.
brain right now.
Where it come from? Where it come from?
The teacher's room when I was
That
picking up the
definitely
pizza.
makes sense.
Yeah.
That would make
You're
sense.
definitely
And 23. This one you could keep in numbers because this is the fraction.
Okay.
And then you want to cross this down just so no one could like add something close.
100%. Oh, wait.
You write it as a fraction.
Okay, so like, now I have a question.
Yes.
What happens if I just send them $454?
The water company?
Yes.
Then they're going to be like, you owe us $10 more and they're going to charge you interest for it.
Why would I owe them more money?
Oh, you overpaid them?
Yes.
Oh,
Should be saved for my next bill.
the company will decide. So either they'll send you a check back for the $10 or whatever you paid overpaid, or they'll keep it as credit for you for your next
Whenever
bill.
writing this,
You probably still want water next month, so
Yeah,
they'll probably get it. All right, four
This is always over 100.
over 100, yeah, because 100 cents a dollar. Next one, what is it for? What do you guess?
Water.
Water, good.
Okay.
If you have multiple properties, you could put it like water dash 123 Main Street,
And
you
then
know,
sign your signature.
and then sign your signature, whatever it might be.
That you have to sign?
You can make up a signature. I don't
This is
care.
my signature, actually.
Is that
your
I've
signature?
seen it
Is
actually.
that your signature?
What?
Not really.
Okay.
you write your
What if
signature?
I write
Nah.
water company?
Water company? Do you buy a water company?
Honestly, make
You bought water, so you say for
Who's
water.
Bill?
Bill?
Bill Nye?
Bill? No, that's going to be Jonah next time, okay?
Ah.
Jonah.
Jonah could
makes
be Bill.
$30K a year.
Yeah, we cross that.
Yeah.
No,
Jonah.
You make $30K a year.
Jonah makes $30K a year and needs to pay 15% tax on it. The government takes $50 dollars in
Oh my
tax
God.
every week from the paycheck. Does he get a refund or does he have to pay the government, and by how much? So first off, let's figure out how much he owes to the government.
he gets a refund.
So-
W-2s are refunds.
So he paid $30,000, or he made $30,000. He has to pay 15% on it. Remember, so you're going to do 0.15 times it by 0.15. That should be $4,500. That's how much he owes, okay?
4,500.
That's how much he owes.
45,000.
Now, what they did is they took $50 every week. How many weeks are in a year?
Too.
52. So they took away
I don't know.
2,600.
You multiply 50?
Yeah, 50 is how much, and 52 is how many weeks there are. If I said monthly, then you would do it times 12.
45.
If I said daily, you do 365. What's up?
How do you get 45?
30,000.
Yeah.
is how much you made, times the tax you were supposed to pay, which is 15%.
And that 15%, what's under 15% then?
0.15. That's how you would type it in your calculator.
Subtract them then?
So then, this is how much you owe. This is how much you already paid, okay? So in this case, you only have paid from your paychecks $2,600.
So 1,900.
So what happens is
You wrote 15%?
it's times 15%, which is the same thing as multiplying by 0.15. So if you have your calculator, do 0.15. In this case, you have paid $2,600, which means you have leftover. You owe $1,900.
So I have a question. Would the government not take money from your paycheck according to how much taxes you'd be paying?
It depends because you have multiple jobs. Like if you have one job, they do a pretty good job. But one of our coworkers had like multiple jobs, and they had to pay because all the jobs only base it off their own thing. So, for example, let's say you make $100,000 in one job, they'll tax you correctly. But if I made 4 jobs that do $25,000 each, they're taxing you based off $25,000. So you tend to be undercharged in that case.
This is what we didn't do the.
So that's why you have to do everything at the end of the year.
What's the 1900?
Oh, what's up?
1900.
Oh, 1,900 is how much is left over. He owed 45,000. He only paid. No, this is not extra. Well, extra in the sense like he owes this extra, so he needs to pay. He did not pay enough in this case.
Okay.
So he needs to pay. Yes, 1,900.
Math has actually important.
You have to
Carry one over.
Yeah, so just pay attention.
Okay.
Good job with that money.
So you have to pay 19,000 at April 15th. Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
And that's how
So
I'll
you don't
pay my
do
taxes right after.
like math with
Okay.
You do taxes.
Say it one more time.
Me?
You don't
This
do any
year?
math with the like
You don't
date.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
date?
I
Like
have
the now
taxes
says May
for
15th. You don't
And I'm
do
trying
the
not
15th.
No. You just that's the due date of your pay your taxes. Don't be late on those. They will charge you. What's up?
Oh, I have to pay taxes. You don't really know. It's hell of a game.
In this case, the government did not take enough money from his check, so he owed money at the end of the year.
Word.
If the government overtakes money, they'll pay you back. That's a refund, okay?
What are you doing?
So this he has to pay. So he has.
Stop eating.
How did I know it's 52 weeks of the year?
Stop.
Can you make it easy so we don't have to
If you ask me, I'll tell you it's 52 weeks a year.
Scotty Pippen.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
All right, next one. Tax bracket for Sohar. Did I put your name in there?
No.
Soharville, Sohar Town. What is your country?
Zor is zoned.
Cobalt Town.
What's up?
Zach pays $500.
Easy Town.
Yeah.
Taxes.
All right. Easy Town. All right. If Zach earned $5,000 in 1 year, how much tax does he pay?
$500.
Times whatever it is.
So in this case, he's only in this income.
10%.
So he takes 5,000
It's the same thing.
and times 10%,
Which is 1
which is same as 0.1, which is $500. So he pays $500. Now, effective tax rate, 0.10 is the same as 0.1.
So you pretty much just add a decimal at the front.
Hmm?
You just add a decimal on the front of it.
Pretty much, yeah. Make sure if it's 2-digit though.
So
If it was
say
1
it's-
digit, it'll be
Let's say it's
0.03.
30%. Point 3.
But if it was 3%, it'll be 0.03. So make sure you don't mess up in that.
Okay, and if it's 33%, it's
0.333. 0.33,
Too much, bro.
just
I'm
0.33.
learning here, man.
So I'm
All right.
going.
Sit on your phone.
Actually, I'm going away from it.
Okay,
And go-
so SAC's effective tax rate in this case is really simple.
Shut up.
To get the effective tax rate, guys, to get the effective tax rate is how many taxes he paid, in this case 500, over how much money he made in total, which is 5,000. So you do 500 divided by 5,000, which is 0.1 or 1/10, which is 10%.
I got to
Now, you would be like, yeah, wait, we already knew that. It changes based off how much money you make. We'll do the next one and you'll see.
Oh,
Find the tax rate by dividing.
Yes. How much you got taxed over how much you made. So how much you got taxed
So, wait.
for how much you made.
So basically, the top answer, then the 5.
And then the original number, yeah. So this one's easy because he only was in one tax bracket, so it was obvious it's also going to be 10%. In the next one, you'll see is different.
so the first 10,000 is taxed 10%, and then
So next one. If Julia earns
Do
20...
you want us to put it back into the percent or you just write 0.1?
percent, because that's the rate. The 10% is
It'll
there.
always be the same as the top.
No, you'll see in this case.
What was the benefit of this problem? We already knew this. Just
You can rent the whole
chart
floor,
alone.
Benny.
For the first one is easy. Let's talk about the second one. You'll see how it's different. All right. So Julia earns 25,000 in this case. Okay.
15%.
So in this case,
Yeah.
pay attention. This is how tax bracket works. Not all her money is 15%. The first $10,000 she makes is taxed at what percent?
10% off.
So that's going to be 10%.
What?
The first $10,000 she made. Oh, I put it in the wrong slot.
No, it says in the chart 10,001.
Shh.
I'll give you 2,000.
It's a tax bracket.
Yeah.
So the first 10,000 she makes is 10%. How much money does she have left over after she paid that 10,000? 15. All right. So now over here is the next range.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why can't you just use the 25 and just get 15%?
If that happened, that means she gets taxed more for making more money after the first range. Like imagine if you made $10,000, you only get taxed 10%, which is let's say $1,000, right? If you get $1,001, then you get taxed 15%, which means instead of paying 1,000, you're paying 1,500. So you do it piece by piece. So in this case,
Do piece by piece.
So bring another 10,000.
You do it
so
back-
now she got paid 25,000. You already taxed 10,000. How much she has left over now?
15K.
All right. Does she get to the next bracket afterwards? No, she stops right here, right? So then she gets that $15,000. What is that being taxed by?
15%.
15%, because that's in the next bracket, okay?
Why is that being by 15%?
Because
You're
that's in
splitting that?
level 2. It's in the level 2 bracket.
It, right? Because it's a bigger number.
It's splitting, yeah, you
Like
chop it off as you go
Put
forward.
it and split it. So
Yeah,
it stayed
you
at-
chop it off as you go forward, okay? So in this case, 10,000 times 10%, that's 1,000. Remember, this is 0.1, this is 0.15. 15,000 times 15% is going to 22.5. Then you add this together. So how much taxes is she paying this year?
32.
32,500. So how much taxes should
Hey,
she
why do
pay?
you subtract?
32,500. You're adding them because she's paying these money. Now the question is, what is Julia's effective tax rate?
Wait, why are you adding it?
What's up?
Why are you adding
This-
Because it's the total of taxes. This is the amount of tax she paid for the first level. She hit the second level, so she pays taxes for the second level. Each level, you pay a different level, or a different amount, or different rate, I should say. So in this case, what's the Julia's effective tax rate?
13.
3250 over the 25,000.
Over 21.
So in this case, it was the year I did the math.
13.
This ends up being 13%. Was it exactly 0.13? Okay.
So this is what you put in the calculator. That, that, and that. You put-
You will get out of your calculator 0.13 and make sure you change it to 13%. Okay.
So it should always be a percentage.
Yes. When we talk about rate, it should be a percentage. When you do the
And
math, though, it has to be a
The reason why
decimal.
you're adding is because
So
the
she
money she.
imagine she goes floor 1. She makes $10,000. She passed that. Now she goes floor 2. She paid 1,000 already. She already paid $1,000. Next floor, she gets to
You're
floor
just
2.
getting to the original she earned at 25,000.
I always put the original she earned. Yes. So overall, she paid
No, I'm
13%.
talking the
Oh.
top, the adding thing. The reason why it's adding is because
This she
split it
paid.
up from 10 and 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just segmented. All right, let's do Shul. Shul's the hardest one because they made too much in this case. 100 and
Sure.
100. Shaul. Yeah, I noticed. All right, where's the A? Before or after the U?
Before.
All right. So in this case, he makes 120,000. So first we have to do our first range. So the first $10,000 he makes, what is that tax
Start
at?
at 10.
Yeah, 10%. Next one,
He
he.
all of them 10, 15, 25.
Yeah.
30.
So how much money is in this section?
15.
There's 15,000 in this. So he passes by 15, so 15,000 of it,
Or you have to use.
all of it as much as you can.
Yeah.
So that's 15%. Then the next one, 25 to 100, he uses all of it.
To 25%.
So 75.
Are these real numbers or is it just random?
These are nice clean numbers to make it easy.
How'd you get 75,000?
Was it 25? 25, yeah. What's up?
That's
How'd you get 75,000?
But it does kind of jump like that. Like the first two is like 10 and 12 in real life, and then the next one is 22.
How you're getting
Oh.
10 to the 15 to the 70.
So he gets passed all the way to 100,000, right? Like he's on the next one, which means he has to use up the whole range. So how much is in between 125? 75. So he uses up the whole bracket, 75,000. That's at 25%.
And then the rest of the 20 stacks.
Then he has a leftover 20% or 20,000. So 20,000. And that's what is that on the paper? 30%? 30%. So in this case, it is 1,000 here.
75 be after the 20.
What's up?
Why is the last bracket 20?
That's what
Because the last bracket is 100 and up. So I made 120K, but all I have left over is 20K
Okay.
after the 100.
So it varies.
So let's say if I made 140K, it'd be 40K instead.
Mm-hmm. All right, 75 times 0.25. No, let's get my calculator.
1875.
1875? It has to be bigger than this thing. You put enough zeros?
18750.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
18750.
You add all of that there?
You end up adding them all at the end. And then this is going to be
So only
6,000.
if you use like only 10%, that's when you subtract.
What do you mean?
Like if you only have 10%.
We didn't subtract in this page.
This is easy enough.
Where?
I paid $28,000
Did
in
you
taxes.
subtract on the first one?
28,000?
Yes. That is.
You subtracted in the first one.
I'm
No,
evading
that was a
taxes.
different
That's just what's going to
problem.
happen.
The first page was a different problem.
Yeah. It's a different type of scenario.
No, that
So.
was adding. The Julia one was adding.
Zach one, we didn't add or subtract. It was just one section.
It was just division.
That's why you should write these down.
Because Zach's a simple guy.
So then it's going to be 28,000
That's a fence.
over 120.
0.23 with a line on top.
0.23. So let's say 23.3%.
I'm still so confused. I don't even know.
So I have a
How to
question.
break this thing down?
Wait.
Wait, is that 28?
1,000 because that's how much. Oh wait, yeah, that's how much money he was charged over the original amount he made. So overall, he paid 23% ish
The way
taxes.
this breaks down, I don't get it.
Wait, what's
I
next
still
to
get
the?
it.
It's 28, comma, and then what?
000.
I don't get it how you figure out these
These
numbers,
brackets?
How you break it
So
down.
what'd you get in your calculator there? 0.23.
It was 0.33333 repeating, so I just put 23.3 repeating.
I get it for like the 25,000,
Mm-hmm.
but I literally don't get it for the.
It's the same thing for the other brackets.
Zach, I love you.
No, it's the original amount he made. It's the total amount he
I'm
made.
saying, how do you know these numbers to get all the way to 120,000?
It's how much.
How do I know these numbers?
Yeah, I don't know how you.
Oh. Okay, pay attention. Ready?
Okay.
For this one, he made 120K, right? Okay. 10K of it goes here. Why?
You
Because
subtract 120,000 minus 10,000.
yeah. So now I have 110 left. Okay.
Okay.
Now here I'm gonna go 10 to 25. How much is that? How much is that gap? 15. So I'm gonna take that away from the money he's getting taxed. So how much is 110 minus 15? That's 95.
But 95 isn't showing me.
Okay, we go to the next one.
That's how much money I have left.
He has some money left over.
Okay.
He has to pay like the toll for the first one, then pull the toll the second one. This one,
That's
how
75.
75.
How do you know it's 75?
It's just this minus that. And in this case, 95 minus 75, there's 20 left over.
And that would be 20.
And in this case, he only has to pay 20 in this section because he ran out of money at that point.
With no money left over.
Yeah. Which means
So all you do is you divide.
you keep subtracting it as you go forward. You keep taking it away. He's like paying a toll.
So
It's like
if I did-
a bridge with multiple tolls. If you
Okay,
want to.
it would be like,
It's multiple tolls. Yes.
so it would be like
It's the devil. That's what it is.
you had,
It's the thought that counts.
so you do 120,000,
Yeah.
then you do minus the first one, which is
10,000.
10,000, which give you 110,000.
Mm-hmm.
So then you would do 110,000.
Minus the next bracket, which is 15 amount. There's 15,000 in that amount.
You just figure out
How much it
what
is
the
in
difference is between
Yeah.
those two numbers.
Yeah.
So that would be minus, what was that, 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 95. Then you do 95 But that doesn't come out.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, wait. Then you do 95 minus. Okay, I get it.
All right, we got to keep
Okay,
going.
that makes
I don't want the battery to die and destroy the
Quick
recorder.
question, quick
Yo,
question. So, like, are you also going to teach us how to effectively evade taxes?
I talked about the deductions, and then maybe
That's not enough. So we both know that's not enough.
I'll tell you more later. All right? I mean, and for the recording, no. Okay.
Oh, I forgot you were recording.
So Naomi.
Not evade any
So in Naomi field, the tax is 20% no matter how much money you make. You make $1, you make $1 billion, is 20%. All right. So in that case, it's a benefit for Shul based off the last question, but not a good benefit for
All right,
Zach.
let's go Naomi-ville.
Okay. All right. Kira earns 70,000. How many taxes does she pay?
What we do Naomi-ville?
So she pays 70,000 times
Naomi-ville, that's hilarious.
20.
She would laugh, and then you did the laugh.
Oh no.
Oh, man, I thought that was her.
So then
14K.
she.
No one was excited.
In this case, I gotta go quickly before the. This is I gotta go quickly in case the battery dies. But this is 14,000. Okay.
Ooh, I'm in two things?
Now, Kira forgot that there's a 15,000 standard deduction. Now remember, deductions apply to how much money you made. So in this case, she is not being taxed on 70,000. She's going to be taxed on 70
55K.
minus 15K. So she's only taxed on 55K
Times 0.20, that is 11K. She saves 3%.
times 0.20. Now she's getting taxed on this much.
Point 20?
It's still the 20% from Naomi
What's
Go.
that number? I'm under 15,000.
55.
Why is it minus 15,000?
Because that's the deduction.
Oh, there's a standard.
And then times 20%. So she's paying, in this case, 11,000. So how much money does she save? If it was 14,000, she's only paying 11,000.
Subtract.
Yeah, 14 minus 11,000, you make 3K. Yep. Okay. Moshe also earns 70,000 in Naomiville and is taxed at 20%. But he gets the Staten Island credit that gets $4,000 credit. Now remember, credit works against your tax income. So in this case, we know he's supposed to be taxed 14,000. If you don't know that, you could
Is
just.
this all one long?
It's using the same information.
Exact test.
Oh.
I feel like it is.
What different numbers will be?
Does he pay tax?
I have to change the numbers basically. What's up?
He pays 10K.
So in this case, 4,000 works on the amount he's actually taxed. So he literally saves
Wait,
$4,000.
but I have a question.
So it's 10,000.
Does the standard deduction not work in Moshe?
I'm
How'd you get
so
14?
It would in a real life scenario, but I'm trying to make the question
so he
simple.
pays 7K.
You would pay. You first get deduct and then you pay. Yeah.
Yeah, where'd
so
you
it'd
get
be
14
7K.
from?
In this case, yes.
Yeah.
What's up?
Where'd you get 14
Oh,
from?
14. It's 70 times 20% is 14,000. It's the same numbers. I just reused it. Again, if you do it slow, I'll probably change the number so you actually have to do it again. All right, last one so I don't lose the recording. Someone peeked into the window. Who was that? Okay, they didn't turn around. All right, Artal and Lael is working at the same job. Lael's chosen his salary. She receives $1,225 a week every 2 weeks. Ortel chooses to be paid hourly, so she gets $19. Oops. $19 per hour. How many more hours does she need to work in order to get the same amount of money as Lael?
66.
So what we do is we set them equal to each other,
Yeah.
divided by 19 on both sides. What do you got?
Like 64 point whatever.
4 point something.
64 point.
Why are you repeating?
Well, in this case, the question would be how many hours she has to work? 65 hours.
Yeah.
Because it'll be 64 point blah, blah, blah. But you need to work an extra hour to make the pass. So 65.
That's all you do?
But 66
Yes.
is indefinite.